And that means it's time to start the show. We got the one. Okay, cool. We got the two.
Dose.
All right. And so we got a welcome back to the Truther Cast, home of the Truther Cast. We are here to take your truth orders. And unfortunately, we may not be able to make all of your truth orders become reality because today, my truth order would be that we make those indictments truthful again. Because I saw the bad news today that apparently some magical federal judge that, call us a little biased here, might be a little bit of a, deep state shill plant of a federal judge. I believe they're what we call a Clinton appointed federal judge. So go figure. But they apparently have just decided to, knock out those indictments on Comey and Letitia James. So we'll have to try and bring those cases back up, folks. But other than that, we're going to get into, the informational tidbits from last week that may have been a little bit off the beaten mainstream path, things that the lamestream media may have lied about through a direct line or maybe just obfuscation, perhaps a little bit of misleading of nature, or completely just didn't tell you about at all. Because that is what we do here at the Truther Cast, folks. We are attempting to just bring some awareness so that more people can find realization, folks, right? Because it's very difficult to, convince people of your opinion or force them into believing what you believe. And essentially all you can do is just help people, come to their own conclusions. So if you are not familiar with the show, thank you very much for stopping on in here. What you're going to get is a recap of last week and those ideas and thoughts and concepts that you could use for informational mind bullets throughout the week coming up here to, recite or, perhaps reference to when talking with one of your friends, family members, or, maybe one of those people in the middle that disagrees or still believes, Trump's a terrible, horrible person, or maybe you just are arguing with someone with full TDS that's in your family tree, or maybe a random troll online. But you can pull up some of the shit we'll be talking about here, folks, because, you can join us over in the locals community. It's a pretty sweet place that's not censored by the big tech, lamestream tech kind of thing. And, over there, you can hang out for free. And if you would like to, you can comment or, post your own stuff by signing up for the Truther Tribe Primo Squad, which is a low cost. It's very, very affordable. But if, you need it to be even more affordable, you could use the promo code Better News Feed. And that is the first and the lowest cost way to, help the lights stay on around here, folks. But Mr. Dan is a little bit more frugal, but we always love having the most frugal option possible. And he loves to tell you how you can help keep the lights on for nothing.
This nose makes me pretty frugal, so you can see. And that is sharing the show. I was about to call him hoes. I was staying for myself. It's the jolly times. Got to turn on the jolly, non-offensive Dan mode on.
It's now.
But yes, it's easy, guys. 2, maybe 3 clicks. And then, poof, we're off into a whole nother internet space for other eyes to see. All free of charge. Doesn't cost you anything except maybe a half, 2 calories. That ain't much. We appreciate it.
Last week you said you'd give him a Dorito, even like in reciprocal, call it even. So you share the show so you're not a hoe. It burnt you 3 calories, and then you'll send him a Dorito in the mail.
Yep. I'll still stand on that. All of a sudden, I'm feeling it's the season, you know. Yeah.
So like last week,
I'll send some gifts of Doritos out.
Send us your addresses privately to thetruthercast@gmail.com, and we'll maybe send you a free sticker one day and a Dorito. That's going to be the inside joke.
I mean, I know people that have connections at places that can get good boxes of bags. So maybe you could get a whole box.
I was just thinking this out. If I got a letter randomly one day from a streamer guy I followed, and I like pull up the sticker, and I'm like, why is there Dorito dust on it? There's a Dorito. Oh, I remember that one time.
Not even in the bags anymore.
No, just one Dorito. Out. Yeah, just one Dorito in a sticker, bro, in an envelope. That's what I'm talking about.
I was thinking of the box of Doritos. That'd be wild. Sure. Just open Doritos in a cardboard box.
That'd be entertaining.
That'd be wild and cheesy.
Yeah.
Literally.
But the other shtick around here, folks, is to build yourself a better news feed. And the way that you do that, after I fix the thing that's broken every episode so it's more funny, is going over to the truthercast.com, and you can go over to this resources tab right up here at the top, and then it drops it down, and then you got like a recommended list option. So you go there, and this is the recommended alt news creators list. Let's see. Can I get it all on the screen? Why didn't it didn't go into like tablet mode? Why is it everything
tablet
in the ass? I tell you, everything's gonna be
those frequencies of pissiness they got running right now
in the ass. So over here on the Truthercast website, you can help yourself and or a loved one that you borrow their phone, or maybe send this over to them if you think they'll do it. But got a couple honorable mentions of, the independent news creators that we dig around here that we'll be going over and talking a lot about. But, we like to actually tell you where we got this information, unlike a lot of those, talking heads on the old interwebs where they just tell you thoughts and ideas. We like to help you build a better news feed so you yourself can get this information right up to date as it comes out. And then maybe share that to us over on the Mass Dash of Insights Facebook, or, the Mass Dash of Insights Locals community, and then help us build the weekly information that we go over on each Truthercast Live episode, folks. You gotta help out around here too, like I could always use a little more hands in the kitchen, I tell you.
We're understaffed.
And if you got a computer, another good way to help us keep the lights on, check out that link in the description down below. That's signup.toleratetech.com, and get some like-minded tinfoil hat tech guy help with your computer so you're not pissed off at it. And, I'll help you stay, secure and computer working nice. So check that out down below. It's that signup.toleratetech.com link, and you'll get help from me, Scott, your like-minded tech guy. So, not too bad.
Getting hit with the verify your Rumble account, trying to comment again.
Dang. I never get that issue. That's weird.
Annoying.
Do you have a VPN on?
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it is.
Stripping it out, bro.
Just say, yeah, we try to turn it on.
Not one of those foreign fake MAGA accounts. Did you hear about that one? That was like the inside baseball of the internet this last week. So apparently Elon over on X turned on a location feature that would tell you the location of the account. Well, it was essentially doxing people because a whole bunch of the woo-woo MAGA, America First, X accounts turned out to be not in America.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. So either they're just, really liking America and wish that they would live here one day, or it's a psyop, or they were just grifting. So, they knew that they would get a lot of followers on it, and then they could, get more money for ad revenue because they made a big account that, people liked. But it seems a little bit, fake to have a bunch of like, yay, rah, rah, MAGA America people on the X that turn out to be foreigners.
Yeah. What do you know? Pain me so surprised.
I know, right, man?
A bunch of people got always some scamming something.
Right. Always somebody trying to edge edge out money and steal from the taxpayers, right? We actually got a good segue this week. All right.
That edging.
So, did you hear about the crazy Somali autism scandal?
Did not.
Okay, so
I heard of some autism stuff happening, but not the scandal with.
Oh, I think I could have sworn I posted something about the like Somali autism scandal down here lower, but
I turned my VPN off, and now it doesn't give me the verify, and it like lets me. It acts like it's commenting, but it's not showing. Other weird stuff.
No, it's showing.
Oh, it's just not.
Just not updated on yours, huh? I got chicken,
Yeah.
exploded head emojis.
I knew it was doing it just on mine. Why?
Yeah, I do have to crash the app, like swipe it away and reload it during the show often.
Yeah, you guys will have to excuse me. I'm a little under the weather this week. There might be some non-good sounds over here. Don't catch it through the mic.
Global elitists trying to get us again.
That's what happens when you talk too much shit against Hillary, you know? They hit you. They hit you with the flu.
Hit you with the chemtrails. Fresh example of foreigners here. They're Somali, taking advantage of our Medicaid program. So Minnesota's Somali community has been caught funneling taxpayer dollars to the terrorist group Al-Shabaab, Al-Shabaab overseas by falsely diagnosing children with autism through Medicaid.
Oh, what?
So
Medicaid, no.
There's like so many things to extract from this, in my opinion, bro. So one, that means that's falsifying autism numbers. So a little bit of, you know how like everyone's saying autism's on the rise, oh my God, and then the numbers are like
the vid and flu.
Right. And then like people are saying, or like the stats are saying that autism is like 1 in 5 men or something crazy. Like it was crazy. Well, some of those numbers are skewed off now that we found out that they're completely fraudulently just saying, oh, these kids are, autistic to get our Medicaid funding. And so they've now tracked down this group of Somali people in Minnesota that have been garnishing the taxpayer money through claiming their kids are autistic. And in 2018, it was $3 million. During Joe Biden's administration, bro, $399 million?
I wouldn't even really bring Biden into it. I'd say Tim Walz. That's when Tim Walz was governor there.
So Tim Walz governor, and then I guess I just went to...
So
and
he's
then
a big deal in getting that money in there.
When Biden was in office, it was like nobody thought they were going to get in trouble for anything. So then they went like extra or something, right? Like,
so many people made so much money during Biden's presidency.
Like corrupt money, you're saying? Yeah. Right. So within the same time period, autism centers skyrocketed from 41 to 328, with many of them being in Somali communities. So our tax-paying dollars are being stolen and shipped over to people who hate us and want us dead because they were taking this money and then sending it back home to Somalia. And then some of the money allegedly has also been tracked to actually go to a straight-up terrorist group. So like, again, like the USAID thingy where they found that we were funding the Antifa riots or, you know, the Tesla riots or whatever the F, right? Or the No Kings protests. Like we are spending our own money to have people like hurt our country, right?
Yep.
Here we go again.
Yep. Well, when are we going to finally start doing something about it, guys?
So one thing being done is officially, I believe it was today or like last 2 days, Trump just posted on Truth, and he said that he is immediately, like, you know, I'm sure there's going to be another Clinton federal judge to block it, but he said that he's going to immediately revoke the visa status for all Minnesota Somali.
Ooh.
So I'm sure there's some good guy Somalians that, you know, like, you know, seek refuge from, you know, the Somali war back in, you know, whenever it was, like a few years ago. And I'm sure there's a few good ones that are going to get like, you know, screwed or something, but I know that's just part of life, unfortunately.
Well, it's kind of like, you know, what we learned in a classroom. If we let one of our friends or fellow classmen act the fool, they could, ruin the whole thing for
Right.
everybody.
Right.
So we're supposed to keep each other accountable.
Yep.
Obviously, the Somalians are not good at keeping each other accountable, I guess. So that sucks. You get tied in with it. Maybe claim different nationality for.
Well, that's what's interesting, right? It's the PC nice part of me that says,
Just kidding. That would be fraud. Don't do that.
I'm sure there has to be some nice Somalians that are going to be screwed by this. Well, there is a possibility that every single Somalian that comes to Minnesota hates America and is just here to extract from it. That is a possibility. So,
Yep. Especially when, if they're related to Ilhan Omar and her rhetoric up there. Yeah, they definitely hate America.
right. So, I mean, again, we're all kind of like, hey, Trump's not deporting enough people. Oh, we're really pissed off about the indictments being blown away today. But hypothetically, if he revokes the visa status for all the Somali in Minnesota,
Does she get deported?
her entire base is gone.
But does she get deported?
And technically, she may be able to be deported.
Ooh, hopefully.
But then,
That'd be
she'd be
good.
protected because
That
she's a
would be great.
representative.
No,
So-
shouldn't matter. We need to start making those statements now because that's been the problem.
Well, they also found that.
That's what's screwing up Michigan
Right.
and screwing up Minnesota.
Right. They also found her college fraud and then alleged, fake married brother
Yeah.
for,
Yeah,
green card.
Yeah, everybody knows about it. So again, just like the Letitia
So-
James, that stuff getting thrown out, it's just all bullcrap.
Right.
Somebody's
And then-
got to uphold what needs to be upheld.
And then what's bullcrap, bro, is just like the, the fraudulent vote election thing.
Mhm.
The judges threw these cases out for Comey and for Letitia James, not based on the merit of the case.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, I don't like the lawyers that Trump picked
Yeah.
to do this. They're like not experienced enough to understand this case, so I'm going to throw the case out." He never said, "Oh, Comey and Letitia James didn't do bad things, so I'm just going to go ahead and not waste the court's time. We're
Yeah.
going to just remove this case here."
He gave that has been put in there for by, I would have to say, the deep state, or just a bad person of character at one point that you can just
Clinton judge, they call it.
you're not following the law. You're just making judgments on your own account,
Right.
which
right.
is not the point and not what you're supposed to do as a judge.
Right. So I wonder what law, legal standing he utilized and called it for,
Well,
I
that's what I'm
think these
saying.
lawyers are bad.
That is a thing they can do. It is legal for
Right.
them to do that. I forget what the
Right.
exact legal terminology, but yeah, they do that all the time.
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
it's just bullshit.
Well, that's why a lot of people say there are no rules or laws. It's just what the local people decide to
Yeah.
actually
So-
follow.
And that's why, again, we got to remind the American people, because they always forget that we, the people, are the ones that hold the power and are supposed to tell the government what we want them to do.
Yeah, 100%.
And here we are like, oh, what government? What do we do? No. Give your balls a tug and tell the government this is what the people want.
Yeah, bro, 100%. That's what Mexico was doing last week, right? Doing their freak out riots.
Everybody's just weak men. They're like, oh, that's a scary. I'm going to stand up to the. Yeah, that's what our forefathers had to do. And that's why America is the place of the most courageous men who ever founded a free country. And we deserve all the spoils of plenty of coming over here and doing what we did.
Yep. 100, man.
Because nobody else except them did it, obviously, in all the years to get away from the. And, what sucks is because they just slipped right under the covers and pulled us right back into what we got away from. And everybody's been in a fugazi that we're in this whatever. No. Take your blindfolds off, people. The redcoats have been in action still yet again for decades.
Yep. Since them 50s, man.
And we're just eating the conies at Coney Island and enjoying the bread and the circus. And, we got a decent life. It is better than other places in the world. Yeah, but guess what? It was founded on for reasons and to stay that way for reasons. And it hasn't been that way.
Right. It's really annoying, man, because then the next idea that it comes to me when I was seeing this was just like, it ruins it for everybody, bro. So it's like, oh, we need to get rid of like, special autism Medicaid because like, oh, it's being, taken advantage of and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's not a good solution because then, people that need it, oh, geez. Just like the, couple weeks ago news cycle about the whole EBT and everything where we found so many people that were, taking advantage of it. Well, the answer isn't just get rid of like food stamps and EBT. Like there are some people that need that shit, oh, maybe you just need a leg up or maybe you're just disabled or something, right?
Yeah.
But it needs a better effing check system, bro. If like this is happening, like this is absolutely insanity.
We founded it to have checks and balances so it wouldn't get bought out, deep stated out.
Right.
Yet what happened?
But then nobody, like we get bad people in that don't do their job. There's my take or like my opinion of what the answer is for that.
And this is why I've always said integrity is so important. When I started learning about the checks and balances, it made sense. Like, oh yeah, this will keep things pretty checked and balanced. Yet it relies on one fundamental key factor: integrity.
Yeah.
Everybody has to fall like
honor, integrity.
You can't get flexed. You can't get, tempted out of what you're supposed. You sign an oath.
Right.
And you make an oath to the American people when you take that office. And these people are selling it right out for the millions of dollars that they're shaving off the tops of these NGOs and everything that a lot of normal people don't look into. And so they just are going to keep skating through. If nobody keeps talking about it, they're just going to keep doing it. And then these judges like this are going to go, oh, no, I'm going to use my legal bullshit authority to now let this keep on going.
Right. And then also
that was the point of why we had all the different branches. Right. So because we didn't think that it could get to over even probably 33% of the populace to get, we knew it'd be a big, like there's still going to be plenty of people trying to get it because everybody's sold out at, generally most people always have a price or like somebody else can find out their weakness and then
a family member and
leverage that.
Yeah. Wife, kids.
And generally somewhere, that's why we had so many different, the executive branch, judicial branch, the Senate, the House, all these different pipelines and different webs to hopefully not let it go all the way through. Yet we have been and everybody's turned into such a piece of shit that now basically almost the whole system's compromised.
I know,
there's literally nowhere it gets stopped. They just keep kicking the can down the road because nobody's got integrity and nobody's got a backbone.
And then that's where, it gets you into the anarchy kind of belief or where it's like tear it all down or, oh, I'm just going to move out. I'm not partaking the system and da-da-da. And it's like, yeah, but then that's not the greatest solution either because then the bad guys take over and they have the big machine that was built on like good intentions and whatnot. So very much believe we need to try and fix parts, replace pieces.
The system only works if you follow the rules of the system
and have the integrity.
And everybody's been breaking the rules of the system for a while, and now it is just like, oh, if you do the normal maintenance cycle on your motor, all of a sudden it's going to run really good. If you don't do that, you're going to start, it's going to start failing on you.
Right.
Same shit, different picture, imaging.
And the same thing about integrity comes back to why a lot of, religious people, mostly Christians in America, are saying that, hey, well, this is where all the degeneracy began, is us getting away from God and teaching or staying strict with religion in our families and da-da-da. Well, that's also another thing. If you're not, like, quote, God-fearing, you don't have some worry of going to heaven or hell. So then what does anything matter? So then it's more difficult. Right. It's more difficult to find people with a tight-knit moral structure that don't believe in God.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of it if you don't believe in God?
Yeah, because if you can get away with something and you don't think there's something, because you can do a lot of things and nothing will see it.
Yeah.
On Earth. Like, you can get away where nobody except yourself knows that happened in that exact dimension, that time and space, that place, except unless you hold that something to be fearful of, the
Right.
bigger and badder to keep you in check.
Greater
If
power.
which is basically just being bigger than yourself. You have to
Right.
like, what does because you got to realize that the world isn't here just for you. You share this space with all these other things. Like what
Yep.
you do affects the whole. Like people think, oh, it's just he stomped in my garden. Like that's the only thing he could do. He could like wreck my stuff, like come over, like punch me. Like no, things he does in the environment, experiments he does. If Bobby Boy over here decided to make a little nuclear reactor because he wanted to actually just burn it down and then make a whole radioactive site on his side of the neighborhood, and then all of a sudden, all of Chicago doesn't get to live in Chicago anymore, and people's like kids die and all it, but he was thinking of just himself. But he affected a bunch of other people because of something that he didn't. If you don't think past that, you can affect so many people, and so you have to have that knowing there's something bigger other than yourself out there watching. Because because other than that, that's why the temptation is there, because you could get away with all sorts of shit all the time, unless there was like, you can't see them, but they could see you. Like, well, other than that, what are you worried about? The eagle seeing you do it up there? What's the eagle going to do to you? Like, unless for some reason that eagle knows and then he comes and tears you apart as a part of karma's system. But guess what? That's probably not happening, especially when we're men in an evolved age. Eagle comes at you, just ping, ping, pow. Pew pew, and then all of a sudden threat is adverse. It's dangerous how much power we have as human beings. We don't realize the power at the grasp of our fingertips, that the influence to the earth we can do.
Well, and the other thing is,
anyways,
what we're supposed to do with that manly power, if the person doesn't believe in God and doesn't want to follow a moral structure and does bad thing, is we're supposed to play mini God and then put them in a locked box.
Yeah.
And then they learn lesson, because if they don't think like, Big Daddy God over here is going to, have some repercussions for them, they're supposed to go to jail. So the other thing is,
which is a thing we have created.
If you don't,
it's actually the most humane way to pretty much do it.
Right. Because if you don't have someone that's going to follow the rules, you're supposed to punish them with jail. And then they learn, oh, they took away my freedom and that sucks. So I'm not going to do bad thing. So did you hear about the guy this weekend that on the Chicago L just covered this woman in gas and lit her on fire? And it turns out he's got 72 arrests and he's jacked in the head and he's a crazy person. It's like, bruh, I can't imagine getting a phone call that my loved one was just riding the bus in Chicago and then was lit on fire and murdered. Like, that's crazy. Just like the woman who was stabbed like a few weeks ago, a month ago or whatever.
What do you know? Blue cities.
Yeah.
Blue cities.
Absolutely
Democrat-run cities.
Yeah.
They love crime. They love it.
Absolutely, bro.
Because guess what?
This Minnesota bullshit, man.
Well, think about it. Okay, perfect example. So, U.S. senators, they love what? They love war. Because their influence is into foreign matters, because they're at the Senate. Well, as, greedy Democrats at a city level, you only can influence so much. And you can't have war on American soil. But you can have crime. And then you can profit off that, just like the war. So if you think it's a coincidence all the blue run cities are very high in crime, it's because they're making money off of it. They make money off y'all's, troubles, and for lack of a better word, just, they get to reap the spoils while all y'all get spoiled on.
Yeah, right, dude. Absolutely ridiculous.
Robbers, muggers, spammers. I wish there was more spammers. I hate to say it, because at least that would be not real physical interaction.
Yeah.
But did you hear what happened downtown Chicago over the weekend?
Which one's that? Well, other than this fire thing.
Well, they went to light up the tree.
Oh yeah,
and then a bunch of
8 people shot.
Yeah,
one. It
was like 150 kids out of nowhere just came and then started lighting shit up.
Yeah.
What the heck, dude? That's why it's Chirac.
Yep.
It ain't Chicago, it's Chirac.
Yep.
And know what's funny? I know a guy that grew up in Iraq for a while. He said it is way safer in Iraq than Chicago.
Yeah, right.
That's
like not the war zone or something, right?
That's
like,
wild. He's like, yeah, no, absolutely safe. Felt safer in Iraq.
Well, that's why we always compare the death weekends in Chicago to like the Ukraine war or something. Like,
yeah, came to America to like escape the harsh culture, and then in it worse.
Well, wrong city, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, come to the outskirts. It's not so bad. It's still bad, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, dude, absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, because no, Michigan Ave, something else happened too. I heard. I don't know exactly what it was, but yeah, apparently right off Michigan Ave.
Well, the Chicago thing is ridiculous because it was the man lights woman on fire, and then literally the shootings like day or two after.
All I know is that Gotham City is going to be Chicago or New York. I just can't pinpoint which one yet. A lot of people...
I think it was based off New York, but everybody kind of like, Chicago's more...
Well, a lot of people don't know. A lot of the films were actually filmed in Chicago.
Oh, it was Chicago? Okay.
Yeah, the first ones.
Well, the Dark Knights or whatever, yeah.
But the last one definitely is in New York.
Gotcha. What up, Trolley in the chat? Trolley, we haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Where you been?
Oh,
Happy Thanksgiving week to you.
Hell no, I ain't scared, Chicago boy.
It just keep an eye out on it.
I ain't gonna live there. It ain't when I can afford to live outside of Chicago. Bruh, it's actually cheaper.
I'm scared of the train, Chicago, dog. Really. I hear so many bad stories about the train. F that, dog.
Yeah, I
must be putting in a lockbox with crazy people, bro. F that, dude.
Dude, people are. It's gonna become more and more like Fallout or Assassin's Creed. People are going to just be having all sorts of weird undercover weapons because people are going to be doing crazy shit.
Yeah, dude,
so you got to defend yourself. Well, especially because in Chicago, you can't have guns, you know? And you're not supposed to have guns or whatever. You can't have like shit. You can't have an assault rifle. You can't have a pistol with anything more than 10 rounds or 5 rounds, whatever the heck it is.
What pistol has less than 10 rounds?
Some,
like a revolver?
Yeah, basically. It's just like, okay, so you want...
So I got to get a Glock and then just put 7 in it.
No, you can't even possess a mag that has the availability.
The capacity of it.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
Yeah. But I think they might accept if you like put a block in it. Like you can take out the space, you put a block where it only can take so many, then it might be still kind of legal, but it's really tipping on the edge.
That's insanity.
Yeah. It's the funny thing is it's like, okay, what can you have? A revolver? You make that statement.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they want crime to go down. Yet, basically, what they don't realize in also doing it is, you're gonna put things to revolvers and shotguns at that point. Which, guess what? Shotgun doesn't have ballistics. A revolver doesn't spend the shells, which would have the fingerprints more than likely. So, like, you're making it harder for cops to solve any crimes that happen.
That's interesting. That's a real good point.
Yeah, you think right, but it's literally just you have to just
wait. So I can carry a shotty on the train?
Can't be infringed. Probably not. I don't think. I don't think you can have any firearms on the train. To be honest,
right. Train's probably just a no-go zone, but I might be able to get away with a shotty on the street.
Always gotta have a blade. Always gotta have a blade.
Yeah, I gotta have a blade. Yeah,
have you
seen
it? Like that's what I was saying with Assassin's Creed.
But with the rock paper scissors,
have you seen the guy that made the real Assassin's Creed shit?
Yeah. But with the
that's
rock paper,
gonna get popular.
With the rock paper scissor concept, what wins? Knife or lit on fire? You know,
a rock. Pelt that guy right in the face with a rock.
Dude. Oh, gosh.
50-mile-an-hour rock hurts,
that
dude.
Drives me bonkers.
That's if you can hit him, though. You got to be a good throw.
Well, this week was good for Trolley because not only do we have, what was the other one? I forgot the other bad news, but also the indictments, like I was saying in the opener here, folks. The indictments have been blocked by another radical deep state judge. A radical leftist deep state judge.
Come on.
Intro's always
Yeah, not too much news on this, man, other than just the headline, man. So the judge did dismiss the cases not on merit, Much like I was saying, like the election fraud that we were, proposing back in the 2020 election. So the judges actually just threw the cases out not on merit. Just was like, yeah, I found a technicality, so I'm going to throw this out. So the judge was saying that he didn't think that the attorneys were lawful attorneys. He said they were unlawfully appointed by Donald Trump. Now, I don't think, two wrongs make right,
Okay.
but just kind of like,
tell me what was unlawful about it.
just like
You can't say it was unlawful. Okay, what law was broken?
well, just like we said that it was
What
unlawful.
did he do wrong?
Joe Biden appointed the Smith guy. That ended up being an unlawful judge appointment by Joe Biden. So now they're trying to say this against Trump, like the whole.
Okay, a point I can make sense of that. You can't just necessarily go, no, I don't want that judge. I want this judge.
That's where I wanted to hear the nitty gritty of it.
An attorney, how like that's an attorney who any attorney can be appointed as long as that person being represented wants them there.
Well, no, it was like from the government. It was like the prosecutor being appointed to the case from Donald Trump was these people, and then the judge was trying to argue that Trump making that selection was unlawful. Did he appoint
the prosecutor or the attorney?
Like a prosecutor, because they're prosecuting Comey and Letitia James. You know what I mean?
Oh, so it was a state prosecutor he appointed?
Well, these are federal.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. I guess it'd just be...
Or they're state.
Why don't we ask...
appointed by Trump.
Why don't we ask Grok?
Yeah,
what law... How was it unlawful?
Oh, dude, what was the new one?
Appointed?
What's the new one that I was using?
Perplexity. New AI?
Yeah. Perplexity is supposed to be more like actually intelligent about matters like this.
Yeah, New York City is wild. I've done the same. Troll. New York City, the movies that like they made up, like King of New York, the gangs, like that was all based off pretty much real stuff, just their little Hollywood spin on it. I'd say it's the modern Wild West out there. It's just because it's the biggest mixing pot, I'd say. Like, and the city's never asleep, so that also does not help. The rats are big as small dogs, though. That is definitely a true statement. Yep. I thought it was a dog in the alleyway because, well, think about it. Like, it's concrete jungle, and like it's just streets and businesses everywhere. So like, there's not really many places to put the trash, and they can't clog up the alleyways with the dumpsters, like in Chicago. So guess what they do with their trash? They just throw it on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
There's just piles of trash until the trash guy comes to get it. So, the rats will come out of the alleyway too, and you'll see it run back in.
Okay, cool.
Wild.
We're in.
They are quite large. They're eating good out there.
Okay, what was our question? What was
unlawful about
the law cited by the deep state judge that made it allegedly unlawful for the Trump appointed prosecutor in the Comey and James case?
No, I ain't scared of the subway. Small guy.
I'm scared of the subway. That's me. F that. I just would prefer to not have to try and stab my way out of a situation. Not interested.
I'm too frog. I would be fine with it.
Yeah, Dan's actually trying to go to the subway.
Yeah, that sounds like a place I could have a fun little night right now. But
so it's okay to stab him now?
Hey, if you're gonna stab me, I'm gonna warn you, I'm gonna stab you back.
Who's ready to get stabby?
Don't stab me, I might stab you back.
Dude, I love the Futurama so much. Randomly, I'll be like, I'm feeling stabby. Okay, so direct answer, core question. The reports you were referring
the clamp.
The clamps. The reports you're referring to describe a federal judge ruling that the prosecutor who brought charges of the judge reportedly found that the interim U.S. attorney who led the prosecutions was not properly appointed under the relevant federal appointment rules, which in turn meant that the cases were not properly authorized to proceed. This kind of ruling typically hinges on the authority under which the U.S. attorney can sign indictments and present cases to a grand jury, and whether the appointment compiled with statutory and constitutional requirements. These cases involve sensitive and evolving legal arguments, rulings, blah, 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 blah. So he's trying to just say that, like, something, Trump didn't file the right effing paperwork. That's what I got out of it.
Yeah. Sounds about right. That's the only thing they could do to squeeze out of it.
So, hey, Trump and the team made a whoopsie, or this is like, you know, some deep state judge bullshit jargon.
Bring case back up.
Right.
Just refile the case. Do it again. We cannot let them get away with this. That all the evidence is like everybody knows a definite mortgage fraud. It like wasn't even like tried to be hidden that well.
From the investigative reports that I listened to, man, it seemed pretty cut and clear.
She just went, nobody's gonna look at it. That's basically how she filled that out. Like, it won't matter. We'll just get it. Worry about it later because nobody's gonna probably look at it. Everybody, you know why she probably did it? Because all of her friends, all of her other connections, how she got it. We're talking about how they do it all the time.
100%.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch more of it out there. That's why we need to start at least getting one.
Right. And then get them to sing on the other.
Start the domino effect.
Right.
Or at least try to put a block out there or a little bit of timidness for them to want to do it again.
Again, punishments usually stop people from continuing to commit crime.
All of us want to break the law or bend the rules just because, like, we think we're better. That's stupid in this situation, blah, blah, blah. But they're all there for a reason, and we need to do as much following of that as we can because that's the only way this system works for everybody and everything is fair down the line. It wasn't just thought up by tyrannical dictators. It was first thought up by the men's of the great minds of men that actually broke free from the chains of enslavement of the real slave tax system and got us feeling that real freedom. And now we don't know what that tastes like, but we at least get to reap some of the benefits.
Well, it's the most freedom you can have
in this that we've realized in this current age.
You know, or the most civilized freedom other than just like living in the sticks of Alaska or something.
But people don't bring up that we're less free than our founding fathers.
Perhaps, right?
Not very often anyway.
So it doesn't seem like many of these articles that were telling us the news were really cited anything too meaningful. It just says that the reports state that the judge found the Trump-appointed prosecutors to be unlawfully appointed, quote, quote. But this discussion centers on whether her appointment complied with the Appointments Clause of Constitution and the federal statutes governing appointment of U.S. attorneys, the same area of the law as 28 U.S.C. 541 to 546, but the articles do not all spell out a single section number in the plain text. So not one article said the actual, like, citation of the judge here. And it's just like, judge is like the ruler of the land, boom, done, it's over. Like, now we got to do the appeal thing.
Yeah.
Just like usual. Effing court systems, man.
Lame.
Stupid AI, even this one. So it's not exactly that no one cited it anywhere. It's more that early high-level news pieces have focused on bottom-line findings, unlawful appointment, rather than spelling out the exact statutory subsection in their text.
It seems like I wrote the prompting to this AI or something.
Dude.
That sounds like it's got a little too much of my influence in it.
That sounds like some wiggle out bullshit, bro. That's baloney, dude.
I'm gonna give absolutely every little corner view of this.
It's like bullshit in my opinion. But anyway, what do we got up next here? Oh yeah, so okay, so this one made me wonder, if if you're a truther caster watcher, maybe other than like the trolley guy, you're probably a well-rounded person that knows a lot of things, okay? But I challenge you, what is the difference between an alpha male, a beta male, and a sigma male?
Oh, betas are cucks.
Right?
Alphas are generally the ones doing the cucking to the betas.
Sure.
And then sigmas are the ones that are watching and observing all that while enjoying their heaps of spoils of plenty in their own realm.
Right? So it's like the in-between, right? It's like not like an alpha is like the too far bro or a strong personality
Alpha's
thing.
a little Kyle or Chad like.
Maybe a little bit too much, right? And the sigma male is actually that more subtle and stoic. That's not, in your face about the control, but is silently controlling the things around.
Blade Runner John Wick.
So I think this Mom Donnie visit to the White House was basically a crash course in how to be a sigma, and don't act like an alpha, but you're actually just busting the dude's balls, and you just controlled the whole situation. Did you see Mom Donnie over here at the White House this week?
No, Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about Donnie met at the White House, and here's the thing: some people were saying this was bad, and
Donald. This is a good friend of the show, Steven Crowder. Definitely follow him on the Rumble or the YouTubes.
And he beat him easily.
I appreciate it. Please. I appreciated the meeting with the president, and as he said, it was a productive meeting focused on shared admiration and love, which is New York City. We spoke about rent, we spoke about groceries, we spoke about utilities, we spoke about the different ways in which people are being pushed out, and I appreciated the time with the president. I appreciated the conversation. I look forward to working together to deliver that affordability for New Yorkers.
I feel very confident that he can do a very good job. I think he's going to be. I think he is going to surprise some conservative people, actually, and some very liberal people. He won't surprise them because they already like him. I think he can bring it back. Now the question is, will he bring it back all the way? Will he bring it back greater than ever before? Which is, I guarantee, that's his wish. I think he wants to make it greater than ever before. And if he can, we'll be out there cheering. I'll be cheering for him. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody.
And here's the thing. Well, actually, you can bring up Kalashi. Some people were trying to set this narrative that Mom Donnie had wooed Trump. And by the way, I appreciated the
city of our
extremely cordial.
Common. We want this.
Okay, I guess we'll just play the intro.
Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about.
That's okay. You can just say yes.
Okay.
It's easier than explaining it. I don't
So the news anchor was like, so what'd you, hey, like, now that I got you two in the same room, did you call Trump a fascist? And Trump was like, don't worry, man, just call me one. Doesn't hurt my feelings. It's all good. Easier than explaining it. Patch.
the fascist trying to call another guy a fascist. All right.
Oh, God. But he totally controlled the moment by not, making it a big thing or something and just being like, yeah, sure, man. Sticks and stones. Call me that. Whatever, dude. And then he kept being like, yeah, man, he's going to do great. Yeah, I'm rooting for him. Woohoo. All right.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about, but I guess.
Played it diplomatic, right?
Well, I mean, it's better to keep the whole family image looking like we're all happy together and whatnot,
Well, because
we're supposed to be united.
Anything he does, mean just gets spun out of control. So, that one made everybody at the news office go, what? I was put on this meeting and I was ready to just be like, Trump said this like a jerk bag. Yeah. No, I don't even know what to write. So it was like curveball.
Yeah, killing them with kindness. The holiday season.
It was basically sunning a child.
He asked about your comment calling the president a fascist, and your answer was, both President Trump and I have been clear about our positions and our views. Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about.
That's okay. You can just say yes.
Okay.
It's easier than explaining it. I don't The bitch is going to ask a follow-up anyway.
Just do it.
Because she's a little piggy bitch.
Saying about
He just said, like, go ahead and do it. In other words, he's saying, it doesn't bother. I know what you guys say.
Yeah, dude, I thought that was interesting. So he just kind of took control of that whole meeting situation, I feel.
Natural for him.
But yeah, is this him calling him a fascist?
Oh,
The president
I want to hear what their conversation like.
The cornerstone of an affordability agenda is public safety, and that it is critically important to me. And for all that has been said and all that has been spoken about, and the tens of millions of dollars looking to make New Yorkers fearful of that question, the truth of it is, in fact, that I'm looking forward to working with the NYPD to deliver on that. And I shared with the president that my
Do you have an index finger ring on?
Yep.
decision to retain Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch is in large part a recognition of the fact that in her time leading the NYPD, she has driven down crime across the 5 boroughs while starting to uproot corruption that was endemic in the top echelons of that department under Mayor Adams.
But to this core question that I think so many New Yorkers are curious to know the answer to, what did President Trump say to you? Did he assure you he will not send troops into New York?
He told me that he cared deeply about public safety. I said I cared deeply about the same.
Send troops?
What I told him is that what separates New York City from anywhere else in the country is we have the NYPD.
And
I
hobo
trust the
shit.
NYPD to deliver public safety. And to me, that is something that I know that they can do, that they have done, and they will continue to do under my leadership.
So he didn't rule it out in your meeting?
I made it very clear what we wanted to do was to deliver public safety and affordability, and the NYPD would be the ones to do so.
For the rats. What? I saw a subway rat was the size of my hamstring.
How can he talk about the NYPD in any kind of a positive, like, oh, these guys are going to take care of it, after what he said?
I know.
Pre and during his campaign about the NYPD, and also the story that we broke about one of his big campaign guys out there saying, these guys have an opinion, just shut up and do your jobs.
Right.
He's the consummate politician. Yeah, nothing fresh.
Yeah, bro. So super interesting to see how that like goes down, bro. Because he already like backed on 1 or 2 of his campaign promises, so his like followers were like losing their shit about it or something like that. But he keeps saying free buses and faster buses, whatever the hell that means. But
and then the actual governor of New York, because here's the other thing a lot of people keep forgetting: he doesn't really have like any pull.
Right.
He's just the leader, face figure of the city to like go, hey guys, what do you want?
Like,
all right, I'm gonna bark it up
something.
the chain to see if I can get Masta to leave us some more cookies.
Right.
And yeah, so the woman who's the actual mayor of New York already said no, it's not gonna be free buses and stuff. She already made it evident, very clear that that part of what he's wanting ain't happening.
Yep. And then so interesting because then he wouldn't even roll on Trump there, man, because she was trying to set him up for a Trump stab and was like, hey, did he tell you, he wouldn't send troops in? And he did bounce around it. He was like, I don't know.
I think Mondani is
that was
at
interesting.
least somewhat smart. He got into that position. He's smart enough to know if he goes, he's seeing what's happening, like what almost happened with these people that are actually doing some bullshit crimes. Like we're trying to get them legally wrapped up. And he knows he does not want to be on Trump's bad side.
Just a smart businessman. He's like, that's the president guy, and I need to like be good with him to get deals.
And he probably knows Donald Trump has a lot of history in New York with the deals and the money. If he's going to get things for New York and wants it to be good, guess when New York was the best? When Trump had the most influence in real estate and all that stuff.
Rudy Giuliani was the mayor, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he was a mayor, and probably at that time.
He was the guy that got rid of all the mafia,
all the
corruption,
mobs and crimes. Yeah,
all the crime or whatever. He did the big crackdown, and that was the best time of New York.
That's something that's real into, because like it got rid of them publicly off the streets, but
like he cleaned it up a whole bunch. Like it was a thing. Like he fixed New York. Everybody thought he was the best mayor guy ever, and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
it was a thing.
I wonder if a lot of people actually were arrested and put in jail.
Well, one way to get people off the streets is to just give them a better deal. So
what? As in give them the suit and tell them they're going to work professionally and have a seat?
Perhaps.
As why a lot of people don't realize. That's why Chicago is what it is.
That's what I would
the
say.
mafia is
100%.
still around 100%. Very strong. The strongest they've been. They're just... They just went professional. They went into the political sector of it instead of running it on this They let the streets get run by all the actual gang bangers.
Yep.
Like, and being a real gangster nowadays is wearing the suit and stealing the money from the people, I guess.
I
That's the real
kind of.
gangster, apparently.
Kind of. You got J.B. Pritzker stealing all the money.
Fat piece of crap. Dude, he is such a conniving.
If you're an Illinoisan, check out Darren Bailey. Check out Darren Bailey.
Pritzker purposely soft speaks to mislead y'all sheep that can't figure it out and get you guys to cut your fingers off every time you vote for him, yet you still do somehow. Or maybe you're not, and it just goes to show that we were the start of how to illegally vote your way in.
Yeah, essentially, right?
Screw the voting system, to rig it, however they do it.
You don't suspect the smaller towns, but we're a big small town, so I've always thought it's probably a bit fraudulent.
Oh, very.
But we flipped it last governor race, bro. Winnebago actually voted Darren Bailey by like a 1%, not even.
Yeah, Winnebago.
Mm-hmm.
What about Boone? Probably not.
You don't think
Hopefully.
Boone did? Isn't Boone like more rural?
I'd say they might be a little more rural. It's probably 50-50.
Because Boone's like Belvedere and shit.
Yeah.
Rockford's in Winnebago.
Belvedere's like they kind of vote generally Republican, but the way they run their stuff is basically Democrat.
Yeah, interesting.
Because they hide in a lot of money.
This week in COVID news, so according to Pfizer's own clinical trial data, there were actually 43% more deaths in the mRNA injection group versus the placebo.
What? No. Again,
So-
I'm so surprised. I'm always getting so surprised here in front of all y'all.
As usual, we're not doctors and we do not give medical advice. However, we do report on medical situations and medical informations that come across our newsfeed. And this one is from a new guy I found on X that I'm now following. His name is Nicholas Hulsher, MPH. I don't know what the hell an MPH is, but it sounds
Miles
like a
per
PhD. Like
That
kind of
dude
thing.
must be fast. He's got mile per hour. in his
Because
veins.
he apparently is an epidemiologist and administrator at the McCullough Foundation, which, if you're not familiar, Peter McCullough is the man who is attributed to creating, I don't know if it's full invention, that one I'm always meaning to look up and I forget, but Mr. McCullough created the mRNA COVID vaccine at Pfizer, or at Moderna, working for Moderna. And then when they started rolling it out, like trying to push for emergency, usage, Mr. McCullough was, sounding the alarm saying, hey guys, this ain't ready. We haven't tested this on animals, let alone humans. Like, oh, I don't think it's ready. And so they went ahead and let him go. And so now Mr. McCullough has his own foundation to which this Nicholas Hulsher apparently works at, where he is an epidemiologist. And he is posting this alleged report here that is showing the numbers, folks. So in the mRNA test group, there were 15 deaths before unblinding, 5 deaths after unblinding in the study, for a total of 20. In the placebo, there were 14 deaths before unblinding. And here's the interesting part, in my humble opinion. 0 deaths after unblinding. So what does that mean?
Yeah, unblinding and letting them know that they had the placebo.
Right. So what do you extrapolate from 0 deaths in the group that then found out that they were not given it? But then they were,
God, I wasn't given this experimental thing. Now I'm definitely not dead. Wow, that just is.
I think this is an even more study case of how real the placebo effect is, dude. Now, sure, you could tell somebody that they got COVID in the placebo group, but like, and they had a comorbidity and they were going to pass away, whether they got the vaccine or not. But we had 14 people pass away when they didn't know they didn't get the mRNA. And then when they were told they didn't, no one died. That's wildly interesting, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, that's weird.
That is super weird, in my opinion.
Yeah. Wonder if it's just the times and everybody's worried, or it's just that deadly, you know?
3 participants in the BNT 162B2 group and 2 in the original placebo group who received the BNT 162B2 after unblinding died.
Man, you know what's the worst part about this? I just
So they gave it to him anyway. What?
These people signed up and had to sign their families and whatnot. That get no, like if they had life insurance and whatnot, all that. These people are shit out of luck. This person just signed their own death warrant.
Right.
And then now their family, that like nothing.
Well, yeah, we talked about that one, right? And then there was rumors of like it voiding your life insurance policy because you took an experimental drug.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, absolutely. The family didn't see any life insurance money from these people.
100% couldn't sue them, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it says right here. It says right here after
There's
unblinding.
people out there that are that desperate. They're like, yeah, I'll try the experimental drug. Yeah, I need to pay my rent by next month.
Everybody.
And so then they sign up, and then the best part is like, yeah, you got to sign this. Okay, you got to sign this. Okay, you got to sign. Man, what is all this? This is saying how, like, if you do die from the experimental drug, you know, you knew that it was experimental, and yeah, basically you can't sue us, or nobody can come to sue us, blah blah blah. Like, oh, that sounds fine. Yeah, I guess I'll sign still. I need the money.
Well, and they get paid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so here's something that makes this study kind of weird, dog. So it says unblinding means that the placebo participants were given the opportunity to cross over and take the BNT.
The crazy part is, how much you want to bet?
I want to know how many people did it.
It's either people like that, or it's people like, heck yeah, I got all the confidence in today in their virus
That's
tech.
what
Heck
I'm saying,
yeah.
like-
And then they just got taken out the
did
game.
they cross over
just
and
like
then they
that.
died? Like,
Oh, those people that were all excited for the vaccine to test it, I guarantee those are all the ones that died for sure, for sure. They're ignorant. Their ignorant brains were not telling their bodies to be in defense mode, so it just went full cancer in their body.
I mean, I
Took 'em
really
out.
believe in a lot of that, bro. Like, there's a lot of stories I've heard over my 38 years of like people that fought things that doctors said you're screwed because they were like, heck no, I ain't dying. Like I got one in the family, bro. My grandfather had some cancer that they said, hey, dude, you're just cooked. And he beat it and like got out. And it was all because he was a real tough as nails kind of son of a bitch. No other explanation.
Yeah, I was kind of saying it the other way, but yeah.
Oh, you were saying that they'd more die?
They had so much confidence in the vaccine being not harmful. They took it, and then
I misunderstood that part.
And then since they had no defense and fear of it, like it didn't tell their immune system to kick on because there might be something bad in this.
Sure.
So it went full turbo cancer mode, just took them out fast as heck.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's where I was saying, like, I just believe the placebo concept of telling your body you can fight these things and it does activate your body.
Well, that's why I said that. These guys were so into
then if
like
you don't
it's
do
good.
Yeah.
So then they don't realize you have a switch you can turn on some immune system, and then all of a sudden it's basically, you could picture it, all the castle times, all the guards are sleeping, and then they sneak up and then get over the wall, and so they got an advantage. That's how it was. Instead of if you were worried about the vaccine, the guards would have been awake and would have been able to keep them at bay before they got the ladders on the wall. But now you're in trouble.
So our bodies actually do work like Osmosis Jones, right?
What is Osmosis Jones?
That was the one that was all like inside the body and like all the cells were, like talking people-y kind of thing, like cartoon and shit when we were kids.
Yeah, I never seen that. I'm a Magic School Bus era.
It was one of those kind of like when you go inside the body, but it was more like
sounds like it was before my
cartoony
time
or whatever. So like all the cells were people and blah. It was like a city inside the body and blah blah blah. But yeah, dude. And then that is an interesting concept. If you take any drugs at all and then go, oh, the drug's gonna fix me, and not think, oh, my body still needs to fix me, the drug's just gonna aid me.
Yeah.
Does that also not allow your body to work as good because you're just,
So that's how you form addiction.
right? I only work with drug.
Yeah. Yep. Kind of how.
Not recommended.
Kind of how maybe a lot of those depression types work.
I know, right, dude? Now you're not like pulling yourself up by your bootstraps mentally and getting your shit together. It's, oh, I'm gonna rely on this drug that modifies my brain.
Which it's like, oh, now you just went to the doctor to go numb your brain. Everybody else just goes and does like street drugs or alcohol.
Right.
Yeah, that's one thing I could have posted, but I didn't really think it was too truth or cash related. But I guess now we're kind of getting into where it could be. Interesting bit I seen today. Charlie Sheen talking about the gnarliest drug. What do you think the gnarliest drug is, according to Charlie Sheen? He's done like it all,
Probably not meth. Gotta be something like weird.
Hey, I mean, it's not really. It's weird in how you wouldn't think he'd say this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it a normal one that you'd be like, nah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What is it?
Booze.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I always say with the brain studies, bro.
He's like, it's never just it's drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol and this. It's always Miller time. There's never a bad time. It's not frowned. It's the legal. Booze is the gnarliest drug.
Well, I always say from watching Andrew Huberman when he was showing like brain scan studies and shit, bro, and alcohol is literally the worst drug for you. The brain looks worse than heroin brain.
It's
crazy.
It's just like chemo. You're poisoning yourself.
It's literally poison.
Sorry. Yeah, and it then creates a horrible or a good environment for parasites to grow in you.
That too, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which is not good.
Everybody does have parasites in America, and they completely overlook that and don't take it serious.
Oh, this is one thing you might find interesting looking into. I just found out the other day. Better type of fasting is called the monk fast. It's a 36-hour specific type of fasting.
Cool.
Yeah, and
369.
Mafia. Oh man, I have to do that anytime.
That's what I think too.
It's let's see, it gets rid of all your garbage dead cells. All the cells that have been replaced. It creates new brain cells. It strengthens all the neuron connections.
That's why all
that.
the hippies say that fasting is dead serious.
And then it gets you rejuvenation sleep like that you've never had, or that you've been like craving for a long time, which is something would definitely fit my category and what I'm interested in.
Try it out, bro. Do it, man.
Yeah. I just start I still got to go through the details because I had it play in the background, and I stopped listening like halfway through. Well, I was listening, but I couldn't. I was multitasking, so I couldn't. I couldn't quite.
We wonder why we can't get enough
together what he
day.
was saying as the process. I heard the words, but I wasn't. Paying
attention. Yeah. Not helpful.
So I was like, oh, I gotta rewatch that. Figure out this monk fast. Yeah, the monk fasting apparently is some good stuff.
Let's do
Those
it,
monks,
man.
Those monks are onto something. I mean, I never want to get to the point where I can get kicked in the nuts like that and not flinch. I'm not interested in any of that.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Because, I mean, unless they show me how, like, there's literally no damage to my nuts either.
Yeah, no, I'm
like, there's somehow we create a force field, and then because I don't see how it's just, I'm pretty sure it's all pain tolerance right there, and then your balls are destroyed, and you probably can't even reproduce after that. I'm not interested in none of that.
Are they like Catholic priests where they're not supposed to be married? How do you make more of them?
I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, that I feel like that is like what somebody put into that as an evil bad guy at a point to get them to delete themselves out of the race.
Yeah.
It's easier to get them to delete themselves instead of you defeating them.
Makes more sense that a priest would have like 8 kids and then like 3 to 5 of them would continue to be a priest.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if depression's all just actually from a certain demon.
It probably is.
I talk to this priest guy every once in a while. It's always a random run into, but it's always like good conversation. He's real cool dude. And he allegedly he told me that being homosexual is literally just being possessed by a certain demon.
Yeah, I've heard about that too.
It was like, really? That's definitely
Yeah, I'm not a Christian.
There, that could go down the Reddit debauchery. How would you say that? Debating forever.
Political or debate forum of Reddit or something, right?
Yeah.
This was a good one, man. Reminder on the Timcast show, they did a culture war episode where they had this priest man on, and he's a professional exorcist, and it was very, very interesting because he was not only he didn't come off as like, a religious kook that thinks like, these magical demon thingies that are so fake. He explains it extremely like logically, not super scientific-y, but very logically within the realms of like religion. And whether you believe it's a mystical thingy of a demon or not, you clearly can tell that these people are having some like uncontrollable behaviors,
Yeah.
So if it's like some kind of a, miswiring of the human brain and we call it a demon, whatever, that kind of doesn't matter. The point is that the phenomena is real, And so he goes through and explains a few, cases that he's actually like, dealt with in situations and whatnot. And it was a really awesome podcast. It was really interesting. What's this got the most views for right here?
But this kid just walked by me and he turns around and he instantaneously the demons manifested because the demon knew who I was. So they can actually tell just even who a priest is.
Just like you're walking past him, he turns and he had like a reaction.
Yeah, he turns and then he just said, I can't even remember what he said, but he said something to me, which I'm just like, yeah, I see you.
Whoa.
He was saying that he was actually in the store in plain clothes. He was saying like, they'll sense him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he wasn't even priested up, and this kid walked past and just reacted weird to him and said something.
Yeah,
like that.
Which is another thing. You have random like interactions with people. You can't even like, for the most part, if it's bad, you just go, oh man, somebody pissed in their Cheerios and now they're taking it out on me. New card possibility in the game. They might be possessed and smell your energy, and then their demons actually barking at you. And that's why they're being a bitch.
I forgot the word he used for it, but he also describes like there's different phases, and possession is actually the most rarest. And so usually
it's the fullest embodiment of other than
like it's actually taken over you kind of thing. He said the most common is just they're
being in full.
They're trying to like
flesh.
guide them. They're trying to like manipulate them and or like mess with their thoughts and blah blah blah. And it's like, yes, this makes more sense. And then he described the process of what they go through, which is a very scientific method of figuring out if the person is just insane or is being manipulated and or possessed by a demon. It was really good though, but. Just type in Timcast possession priest or something, and that pulled up a bunch of clips from it. But he's got the full episode is on the Tim Pool channel.
I love all that stuff.
Yeah, this is the main one. Demonic possession. This is the 2 months ago.
That stuff intrigues the hell out of me.
Oh, dude, you got to listen to these. They're really good. He had this one from 2 months ago with one priest, and then he had this one like 2 weeks ago with another priest. They're real good. Democrats elect a man who wants to kill conservatives. Time for an exorcism. And so then Tim Pool's idea was, what if some of these Democrats are possessed or being manipulated by demons? And the priest didn't want to like really super agree with that, to be like stay away from political, but was like clearly explaining how it's obviously possible.
Well, that gets tricky because, I mean, shit, that's even tricky in itself because you gotta then look about the facts of the Catholic Church. You know what I'm referring to? Like the
bad things that happen in the Catholic Church, right?
All the imagery on how they might be a little more Luciferian based.
Right. Well, that's the whole pitch of like the cathedral. What is it? There's a few big ones over in Italy and maybe even in the Vatican or something that have like pagan gargoyle stuff that's been kind of added over time, where some people believe that they were kind of like taken over, infiltrated.
Yep, hopefully not, but I mean, the senators and whatnot being possessed. Oh yeah, why not? Because I mean, it's not like we don't know about Bohemian Grove.
Right.
That's definitely enticing demons to enter your spirit.
Right.
So, yeah, more than likely, all the ones that are doing that super evil stuff are definitely possessed.
Right.
Probably.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't put it past it at all. I mean,
Obviously possible.
if you're more than likely part of that group, well, why would I think that's the goal for all of them. They all want the absolute power. And one of the ways that they always convince you that you can get power is if you let in their power into you.
Right.
But then is it your life anymore? No, you're just being a channel for it. It's not your life. You're embodied by another spirit.
Well, and then
you don't have your freedom as yourself anymore.
Isn't that what we say about the whole music and Hollywood movie picture industries? They're all very much selling their souls. So
that's what
kind of being manipulated. The whole Katy Perry thing, she was like a priest's daughter, and then she's making weird videos, putting body parts in a boiling pool of water.
No, that can't be true. 'Cause she's went to space.
Yeah.
She's a space girl.
Which makes her impervious.
Yeah, totally just can't even happen.
A little bit of good news in the week here, folks, was that the Antifa apparently is not just an idea. Like Mr. Joe Biden tried to, con you into, right? And we finally have one that completely admitted they're a member. And then they attempted to get a plea deal because they were actually tried for terrorism.
Oh, baffo.
Yeah, man. So that's probably a good thing if you are on the side of believing Antifa people are actually domestic terrorists.
More of one than I am, even though they would have labeled me as one. I didn't fly a Gadsden flag, but I supported it.
Yeah, they were trying to call Americans terrorists during the Joe Biden admin, right?
Yep.
But I think this is a good move. We actually have a little bit of progress in people doing bad stuff getting arrested there. So we actually have Antifa officially not just an idea.
Wow. Everybody's just learning together, Antifa's new.
I didn't know.
Never heard of it until now.
I didn't know we needed a court case to tell me the logical truth of just what I can see with my own two eyes.
Yeah, we're in those times. Trying to not think we are in the times of idiocracy, but it sure is dancing right on the edge of it.
It's way too similar, right?
I feel like it's been that way for a while, really. It's not like it's just now, but it's at least 2% heavier.
Yeah, right. Little update from the investigation on Joe Biden's Arctic frost of spying on all kinds of Republican people. Apparently, Jim Jordan was officially now listed in this list, man. He said they spied on Trump, they spied on senators, and now we just learned they spied on me. If they can do it to us, they can do it to you. So if they're spying on, United States representatives, then yeah, it's probably way easier to spy on Americans and try to just basically, find the person, make up the crime. So I'm hoping that we will get to the actual, find out part for these people, but the investigation continues to unearth new findings, like Mr. Jim Jordan being spied on, wiretapped in some situation or some sort by the Arctic frost operation under Joe Biden's administration.
Frosty in this Arctic. When are they going to finally serve some time behind bars?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm definitely very, very disappointed that these indictments all of a sudden are just poof. I was like, that's the progress.
Some credibility.
Yeah, we're like, guys, calm down with the no arrest. We got indictments. And then boof, done. Fizzle.
Yep.
Fizzle. And then this is what makes people just like check out.
Yep.
Nah, I didn't get it now. And then I was kind of holding on.
Nope,
I'm out.
Gotta hammer down and try again. Try again.
Perseverance.
And if it doesn't happen by the end of the term, then yeah. I can't say much more.
It'll be very black-pilled at that point, right?
I just can't say any words.
I know, right?
where they would not make it look good.
I know, right? That's just not good, right? I agree. And then the last one I had for you, like I said, it was a bit of a slow news week here, folks. The last one I got for you is another medical situation. So we already said it once, but just to make it clear, we're not medical professionals and we do not give medical advice. However, we do report on medical situations and news. And this just in, the CDC has officially updated their website to note that when they state that vaccines do not cause autism, there's an asterisk. And do you know what that asterisk says, Dan?
It just reminds me of the freaking love guru. .tm.
Yeah. Right. But what is the TM here? Oh, by the way, there's actually
with a
no
slight bit of discrepancy.
There's no studies that say that vaccines don't cause autism.
What? Paint me surprised. Again. Oh, man. I gotta go to the bank and just get rolls of nickels
This is ridiculous.
and just pay myself every time this happens.
Pursuant to
Eventually, I'll be
the
rich.
Data Quality Act, which requires federal agencies to ensure the quality, objectivity, and utility and integrity of information they disseminate to the public. Well, why would you need to cite the law that holds you accountable to integrity? Wouldn't that just be your goal as the effing center of disease and center whatever? What is the CDC again? God dang it.
Yeah, how about we just have a track record?
Yeah, dude. It says this webpage.
Having a good track record might be a good thing for that, but yeah, we don't want to look at that scoreboard.
So because of that, this webpage has been updated because the statement vaccines do not cause autism is not actually an evidence-based claim. Scientific studies have not ruled out the possibility that infant vaccines contribute to the development of autism. However, this statement has historically been disseminated by the CDC and other federal health agencies within HHS to prevent vaccine hesitancy. So they literally, at the end of the asterisk, say, we've actually just said this so you're not scared of them. So we misled you so you'd keep getting them. Not because I guarantee it's not causing you a problem. They literally admit that they misled. One could say it was a lying through misleading, right? Just to not scare you away from them.
Hey, honey. Honey, come here. I am so sorry I did that. I am really sorry. You shouldn't be scared of me ever doing that again. Okay, I never will. All right? Like, yeah, I should never have a reason to. I'm really sorry, honey. You believe me, right? Yeah, we're good. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, I'm sorry, honey. I don't know. I got it. Happened right again. That's what the CDC's been doing to you.
Is that what you're saying? It's almost like they keep lying and we believe them and stuff.
Fool me. What did the great George W. Bush say? I don't even think it was really him. I think it was an AI thing from back in the day they put in a song, but I always love the saying. It's a little sound bit of George Bush going, fool me once. Yeah.
Oh no, that was true.
Fool me twice. I can't be fooled again.
Yeah. What is that called? George Bush.
Oh, that's right.
No, I'm pretty sure that was a real quote, dude.
Oh, that's right.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
No, bro. People forget, man, especially if you're younger. George Bush was the first Joe Biden, bro. For sure, bro. This dude's dumb as heck, bro. When I was listening to George Bush, bro,
speeches, they were too funny.
Yeah, bro.
Oh man. I mean, I guess it's only funny because we're now, but oh yeah, Bushisms. Oh, wow.
We got issue in America.
Too many good docs are getting out of business. Too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women all across this country.
And in his brief remarks, the president drew a roar from the crowd after putting his foot in his mouth.
You helped our nation celebrate its bicentennial in 1976.
The president's humor came to the rescue.
She gave me a look that only a mother could give a child.
Is that Sam Donaldson? Forget it, you're a has-been.
I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive.
Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we. I think they misestimated the will and determination of the Commander-in-Chief, too. A year ago, my approval rating was in the 30s. My nominee for the Supreme Court had just withdrawn, and my vice president has shot someone.
I said to him the other day, George.
Yeah, but man, he said some kooky stuff, bro. He said some kooky stuff.
He was funny
man.
at least about it.
Yeah.
It's entertaining watching that because you can see the smirk. He knows he's being a stinker.
Bro, he was so dumb, dude. I just remember being so like blown away with that man being the president.
But you know why he was like a cool Joe Biden?
Burn out, dude.
Because he's Republican Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Just for jokes, guys.
And the
just for
Republicans
jokes.
been like, you know, real just chill about things for a long time. He was like, we're going to stop them sons of bitches, and it's going to be a very serious military attack.
You know?
Now watch this drive.
Damn.
I'm on the golf course.
Damn. I don't know if I even want to say it out loud.
Especially on the live.
Yeah, especially for the internet out there. I don't know. We'll simmer on it. I'm not going to say it. We're gonna chat about it after hours, guys, and then we'll see if we bring it up next week. But
which is something that could maybe be on the Truther Tribers Primo Squad live channel. If we get more people into that, there would be more reasons for us to do more things in it. So if you haven't already, make sure to click on. I lined it up so it's like right under this. Yeah, right under the like T in the period. Click on that red join button, folks. You click on that, and it's going to open up the locals community. If you join the Mass Dash of Insights locals community, they're for free. You can hang out and linger. But if you want to help keep the lights on,
linger,
and join that Truther Tribers Primo Squad, then you can sign up for a very small fee. It is a quarterly, I don't know. It's some kind of a fee. I forget what the hell it is, but I made it cheap. And then if you need it to be even cheaper, if it's less in the budget, but you still want to support us and get access to the Primo Squad, the Truther Tribers, you can use the promo code Better News Feed. That will save you monies. But if you join on in there, man, then maybe one day we'll have a after hours show, which means we'll cut the show in half. We'll probably only do like an hour and a half live, and then we'll do like an hour and a half like Primo Squad after.
Yeah. We ain't gonna be up any later. They ain't gonna be up any
6
later.
hours, man. Hell no.
Can't mess up the schedule that much.
Yeah, all our Primo Squatters are gonna have to be nocturnal.
Yeah. Welcome to the Owl Squad.
Well, you
Except
can watch
not
the
Owl Squad with Drake. Not that Owl Squad.
Moloch.
Yeah.
Mayday. Cancel. But that's all I got for you tonight, folks. Any last mentions there in the live chat? It was kind of dead in the live chat tonight. Thanks for showing up, folks.
Yeah, thanks for showing up, everybody.
But chime on in. We got a 2. We've got the 1. And then let's see if we have the right translation mode installed. We've got a...
All right.